Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update to share about one of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
So 39-year-old Jeffrey Register of Florida was seen inside the Capitol on January 6th. He was wearing a God, Guns, and Trump sweatshirt and a Trump 2020 Keep America Great beanie. Register ignored officers when they ordered him and others to leave the building, and he was seen on video breaking free from a large group and running past several officers who were attempting to hold back a large mob. He was also seen on video waving for others to join him outside the speaker's lobby. And following the Capitol attack, Register sent a message to his father, and he wrote, quote, "Maybe when this is all said and done, the government will provide me with a bumper sticker to give you that says, 'Proud parent of a Capitol insurrectionist.'" So funny. He also messaged a woman after January 6th. They didn't say who it was, but he told her that he was trying to, quote, "keep a low profile." And he confided in this person that he had deleted his Twitter and Facebook accounts, obviously, or we can assume to avoid detection. The FBI ended up interviewing Register on February 24th, so it didn't work. And he initially denied entering the building, but then later in the conversation, he admitted to being inside. And he also confirmed that his goal was to stop the certification of the Electoral College vote. In addition, Register admitted that he deleted photos that he took on January 6th, and he admitted that he performed a factory reset on his cell phone in an attempt to, quote, "delete proof." Register also told the FBI that when he reached the speaker's lobby, he thought to himself, quote, "We made it. Now they know we're here." Yeah, they knew. So Register was arrested on April 27th. He was charged with the standard 4 misdemeanors for some reason: entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of parading or demonstrating in a Capitol. On October 14th, Register accepted a plea deal. He accepted the parading charge, and he was looking at a sentence of up to 6 months in prison, up to 5 years of probation, and up to $5,000 in fines. Well, Register's attorney, Kara Halverson, she placed the onus on Trump and his minions. In a sentencing memo, she wrote that Register, quote, "was fed lies and disingenuous directions by people that should have known better." She went on to write, quote, "Arguably, the former president, the rally's organizers and speakers, and other nefarious organized groups contributed to the chaos and are greatly more culpable for what happened on January 6th. I don't disagree that they're culpable, but, this is a grown-ass man. He has free will. Well, in court, she said that Register had already been punished enough. He lost his job and, quote, "his wife is still angry with him about this decision to do this. He has to live with the memory of the sound of the gunshot that killed Ashley Babbitt." Really? Does he have to live with that? What about the officers? What about the occupants in that building and what they have to live with? He did apologize. I will say that. He apologized to the police officers in court and to the American people. But remember, this is the guy who joked with his father after the Capitol attack, after that gunshot, after Ashley Babbitt died. So it bothered him so much that he was joking around about his involvement in that event after the fact, after he had time to reflect on his actions. I have to say, though, his attorney did make a good point in saying to the judge that jail time, quote, "won't make the irrational think rational thoughts." Very true. It might, however, make them think twice about acting on those irrational thoughts. And as always, you guys aren't going to be surprised to hear that this guy has a criminal history, something that the prosecutors brought up and used in their calculus. They actually asked for 5 months in prison, and that was part of the reason. Prosecutors told the judge that for his part in the January 6th insurrection, Register should receive a longer sentence than what he received when he was driving under the influence and under a suspended license. So in a sentencing memo, the prosecutors wrote, quote, Register's actions in breaching the nation's legislative seat of power, overrunning law enforcement, and redirecting an angry mob to within yards of a direct confrontation with members of Congress, all while a vice president hid, are plainly many times more serious and more deserving of punishment than his prior misdemeanor offenses. Rather than an offense that is committed by thousands each day, his is an offense unprecedented in the history of this nation. They also noted that Register encouraged the mob to overrun the police and that, quote, he seemingly explored for an alternative route to members of Congress and ultimately waved the crowd toward an apparently weaker access point, the entrance to the Speaker's lobby. So U.S. District Judge Timothy Kelly presided over this case. He's a Trump appointee who's been fairly lenient in these cases, not the worst by far, but I have to give him credit. He did take a pretty hard line with Register. At sentencing, Kelly called January 6th a national disgrace, and he said that it destroyed our history of the peaceful transfer of power. He also took direct aim at Register, saying that he, quote, helped direct the mob at a crucial moment, and he told Register that he was very lucky that he wasn't charged with a felony. In the end, Judge Kelly didn't give the prosecutors exactly what they were asking for, but he did sentence him to 75 days in jail. He ordered him to pay a $500 restitution fee, and then that was it. So, I really would have liked to see a substantial fine or increased restitution fees because, again, he was part of that group that did so much damage to the Speaker's lobby doors and, that general area. But I guess I'll take 2.5 months behind bars if that's all we can get. As I said before, I believe 60 to 90 days should be the mandatory minimum for these nonviolent defendants. And I just wish that the judge would have imposed maybe a 2 to 3 year probation period as well to get us through the midterms, potentially the next general election while they still have eyes on this guy. But nope. It appears that they're really taking to heart this issue that's still out there looming about split sentences. That's the only thing that I can gather why he did not give this guy any type of probation. And when it's all said and done, if they come to the conclusion that, yes, we do have the right to impose these split sentences, it's going to be too late. You can't go back to somebody like this and say, oh, by the way, we're also going to give you a probationary period. Too late. All right, guys, I'll let you know if I hear any more. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.